See that at the end. To be honest with you, I thought all 3 goals were self-inflicted by Man United. I thought they just let them come on. They were slow to react. Saka came in. The way Wan-Bissaka was hanging about there, it was self-inflicted. I thought the midfield gave the game away. I thought throughout the game, Manchester United weren't equipped to cope with their midfield. They never pressed them. I thought United at 20 minutes into that first half were excellent. They put them back. They put Arsenal on the back foot. They had 20 minutes in the second half. But overall, self-inflicted wounds there. That's how I see it.
Do you not see it with you talking about the midfield, particularly the last 20 minutes? We just looked like we were tired. We just looked leggy, especially in that midfield area.
I thought what that was down to not bringing the subs on. I thought earlier on he could have brought off Rashford, because Rashford, to me, slowed up in that last 20 minutes. And I thought Garnacho should have been on earlier. I didn't really think Anthony should have been took off. Okay, that's how I look at it. I thought Eriksen was the one what should have been brought off. Ineffective right through the game, I thought. And I thought that's where we gave it away right throughout the game. That was our problem, as I seen it.
Apart from their late winner with the screaming and shouting, who was also screaming and shouting most times when we was playing out from the back. I just didn't get that today with David De Gea and some of the defenders.
Well, what it was, we brought our own problems there today, okay? I've not seen it for a while, and I don't know why it started again today. David De Gea, 2 full-backs, playing it out, letting them come on to us. Just creating pressure for no reason at all. And half the time, it ended up just kicking the ball out anyway. So I don't understand why United played that system, especially when Arsenal were always going to try and come at you. It was only after the equaliser for Arsenal in the first half, they stopped that press, because they were frightened to death of going behind, because United in the last 20 minutes of that first half shown that they could come at Arsenal and take it to him. And Arsenal really just backed off, and United were just able to then bring the ball out without any pressure. But there was no need for it earlier on. I did not see the reason for it, and it just created carnage. And to be honest with you, our midfield didn't help, because they weren't really looking for the ball and able to turn. Their midfield, to me, controlled the midfield. I'm not saying they controlled the game. I just thought at times United in the middle were poor with the distribution.
Yeah, they were finding space, particularly in that second half, weren't they, Arsenal, behind the midfield. Is there anything you would have done differently? Because when I did look at the bench, I didn't see a real standout quality on the bench where we could have brought on to change the game either, really, Tona.
I actually thought Garnacho should have come on in that second half. I thought the change should have been at half-time. I thought Eriksen should have come off. Bruno was ineffective today.
Can I just ask you, obviously it was a big blow going to this game without Casemiro.
Yeah.
How did you think McTominay done standing in for him?
McTominay, listen, they were overrun at times, right? Because United, at certain times in the game, kept going backwards, and it was only Martinez and Varane what was keeping the score down, keeping it United in with the chance, and they did excellent. Martinez got his goal, but United just didn't come out firing. I didn't see that. Arsenal came out firing, and there was bits in the game where United had, and you've got to give it Arsenal the way they came at United. But United, to me, battled, and they were unlucky not to get a point out of it. So I'm disappointed from that. To concede a goal at the end, right, is absolutely really, really annoying.
Yeah, but with Saka there, it was a world. It was a great goal by Saka, great finish. But it was good, the resilience, though, with the team to come back, go again, to make it 2-2 as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. Listen, the fight was there. And like I said to you, at times, Arsenal, right, were frightened to death. They didn't want to concede. And it was only when United actually came back. But you mentioned Saka. Saka's goal there, if you look at Eriksen, not the first time, he kept backing off, too slow, not marking down, not close enough, and not getting stuck in. Throughout the game, that was Eriksen's problem. And that allowed Saka more space. He kept coming in. He scored a worldly goal. But the thing is, he did the same thing again. And Eriksen managed just to touch it, and it had gone in, but it luckily hit the post. I thought it was poor from United in the midfield, but a battling performance, and really, Man United deserved the point. Arsenal will now think they've won the league.
Yeah. I think looking at the team today, it shows you Manchester United, especially in the last 20 minutes, showing him that how quickly they played 3 games in, 7 to 10 days or so.
Yeah.
You know, Man City, that took a lot out of us. Then a rearranged game against Palace.
Yeah.
Then Arsenal today. And Arsenal had a break midweek as well. They looked a lot fresher, didn't they? Is that what it was, do you think?
Well, they looked fresh, but they also looked as though their substitutes, what came on, were always going to change the game. They looked stronger. The last 20 minutes, they looked stronger, and they actually thought they were going to win. We was unlucky. The way they came at United down the wings, it was obvious what was going to happen. But I thought Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, for an hour, at least an hour, kept Arsenal at bay. It was only 1 or 2 mistakes. And like I said to you earlier on, it was United's own downfall, their goals, what created it. And I'm really, really disappointed, because I thought if we'd have took a point there, right, we could have pegged Arsenal back and they might have bottled it. But they were strong in the last 20 minutes, the way they came at us. United had 1 or 2 opportunities, and unlucky Rashford, great save by Ramsdale earlier on. But United deserved the point, in my opinion, for the battling performance. There were some poor performances, and I've got to say it, in midfield.
Sorry, just to interrupt you there, Vigos, what did you think his centre-forward play was like today?
Did he really get the ball that much? Was he in the penalty box? Was he round the penalty spot? I don't think so.
What do you think his link-up play was like, especially in the first half?
Yeah, it was limited. Okay, there was a lot of limited play up front where they linked up. Rashford got 1 or 2 chances, but Rashford faded. He faded badly for me in that second half. Weghorst, he kept going, and I'll give the man credit for that. But I thought Anthony, I don't know why he got brought off.
I was just going to say, do you think that was the correct decision, bringing Anthony off for Fred, or would you have kept him on just to have an out ball on that right-hand side?
No, you needed an out ball. You just needed it. I thought the way he was running, he kept the ball, he was going at him, and he was always an out ball. I thought he really worked hard, Anthony. He kept running back, he kept running across the pitch more than 1 or 2 other people, and I thought it was really a bad decision to bring him off, because it let them come at us. That was the problem. Once he'd gone off on that side, it was a free-for-all.
I thought it was impossible to dislike any other manager more than Jurgen Klopp, but Mikel Arteta in that first half screaming for, was it Luke Shaw to be booked or someone like that?
That's Arteta.
What was all that about? What did you make of that? You know, the professionalism and all that. Just, his antics, we've seen it for a few weeks now.
Listen, that's how he is. That's how he's going to carry on, but I'm not going to make it sour grapes on that. It was, something to moan at if we want to moan, but I'm not going to moan. I'm just going to say this. United have to improve vastly if they think they're going to challenge. It's not over the challenge for first, what it is. It's a good side what United have got, but they just haven't got it, right, in that midfield, and they were overpowered. United have to step it up. And we've had a lot of games, and you could be right. So, Arsenal, 7-day break. United had a game. So, I do think they looked tired, but they fought and fought and fought. And to me, Martinez and Varane, again, were excellent. And that's why I'm gutted, because just them 2 alone deserved the point.
It's not that, though. We've got some big games coming up in the next 3 fixtures, cup games as well. So it's going to be tough to try and rest some of these players who have started tonight.
Oh, listen. After today's game, right, Ten Hag has to bring players in and rest lots of them players. He has to change it up. He also has to look at the centre-forward position, who's better up there, get the crosses in. That forward line, to me, didn't do as much as it should have done. The reason being, I'm not too sure.
Do you think we should have utilised Vigos a bit better with his height, getting crosses in from Marcus Rashford and Anthony on the right?
Vigos was not utilised, and that's why I was annoyed earlier on in the conversation, right? When David De Gea and the full-backs and the centre-halves were messing about in the box, the ball should have been put up there, right? And if we lost the challenge, if Vigos lost the challenge, then we should have been ready for the second ball. And we never, ever was, to be honest with you. I think maybe 10, 15 minutes throughout the game, we was challenging for the second ball. We never got the opportunity because the ball was never pushed up. They were never pushed further back from long balls, and that should have happened.
A lot of positives to take still, I think, from tonight.
Oh,
Even though it was a kick in the teeth, how we've lost the game.
Yeah, at the end.
And Manchester United, the place in the, the position in the Premier League.
Yeah.
We're still in the cup competitions. We have come a long way, haven't we, in the last, let's say, 12 months, 2 years.
We've come a long way, right? And especially in the last 6 months. But what you can see from that, okay, the enthusiasm from Arsenal, okay, they were at it, they were fit, and they lasted the game. Now, is that a combination of too many games for United? I'm not too sure. But United not faded, but fell back. Yeah. And they should never have done that. And Bruno, Eriksen, to me, lacked a lot of intensity. And they really didn't put the foot in.
Was it a case of with Arsenal as well? They've actually got the squad depth to bring the substitutions on to change the game, give fresh legs. Whereas United's bench, it's just not there, is it, at the moment? We do need 2 or 3 players in key positions as well.
Listen, we need new players. We know we're not getting them. It'll be the summertime, but Arsenal, they're the way they came on to win that game. Yeah. That was the difference.
Listen, I could stand there all night. Yeah. I know it's a defeat, but I'm not too down. I'm not too deflated because Ten Hag will regroup. He'll regroup the players and we'll go again. We're in the cup competitions. It's something to look forward to. Let's hope we can get a day out at Wembley. Yeah. So we're also going to do a video later on, aren't we, at 8:30?
Yep.
Yep. So get your notifications on. We're going to do a live video. If all of you want to come in, get involved with your own opinions on today, going forward on Manchester United, come and join us and we'll see you all there. Smash a like on today's video. Subscribe if you like our content and press that notification bell because we'll be back at 8:30 tonight. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you.